The truck is packed for the North Dakota trip, but I want to introduce you to one of our friends, Brian Bostic, first.
Look at what I found.
So you've seen him maybe on the channel before, but if you haven't, he's a guy that helps us out a lot, and he filmed one of his hunts in Oklahoma in the mountains last year. Self-film. It was a really cool hunt, so I want you to check that out right now.
That was a big 8-point. I was closing the blind. I had all the windows closed in this blind, and I look out there and he is in the field. There were some does behind me that took off running and kind of got these deer. These spikes started chasing them, the does, and they ran back here in this corner. And I don't know if he's too injured to chase or what. He just stood out there for 10 minutes making rubs and scrapes. I think I'm fixing to get out and come back this evening. I know he's gonna bed here pretty soon in this patch of oaks here. And I think I'm gonna get in this oak tree on the edge of the field right there where he went in and set up this evening. Alright, so some stuff has changed. I was planning on going back the direction that Buck went this morning and setting up, but the wind has swapped around out of the south, so it blew my scent back into where he's bedding. That was an acorn. It's going to continue going out of the south, so instead of going in there and disturbing that area and maybe pressuring that deer out, I'm just going to continue to sit in this blind and hope that deer comes back. I think he is going to the south in the evenings, and in the mornings he's coming back to this area to bed. I say that because my good friend Josh, who's hunting probably a quarter of a mile back to the south, seen that buck this morning and actually videoed him because he was limping. So that deer's traveled that far over to this area this morning, so I think he's going to continue this evening to travel back to that same spot, and my best chance to kill that buck's going to be tomorrow morning. So this evening I'm just going to shoot a doe. It's my plan. We'll see how it goes. We had a big cold front come through this week, and it's really got these big bucks moving. So this evening we're going to be hunting a big food plot that we planted a few months ago. There's been a couple of really good 8 points coming out to this food plot, so hopefully this evening with this cooler weather, it'll get this big buck on his feed. They're chasing does real hard right now, but maybe these does will come out and feed and they'll bring a good buck with them.
wasn't sure if that was a 10. I have never seen that deer. There's another 10 point in here that's similar, but he doesn't have any brow tines. I've never seen that buck before. He came from the highway behind me, down the fence. This doe started acting really weird, and she was running around, and she ran here behind me and was looking down towards the highway, and I thought a car had stopped, but that buck was working his way up the fence this way. I think I made a pretty good shot. I'm gonna give him probably 30 minutes and go down and look for my arrow and see if I can find some good blood. I seen whenever the arrow contacted, I had some pretty good blood, so that buck shouldn't have went far. Whew. I'm shaking pretty good. It's cold. I think I can see some pretty good blood on the ground too, so I'm gonna give this buck a little bit. I'm gonna call him, text Tyler and KC, see what they're doing. Maybe send them a picture of a bow with no arrow on it. I'm gonna look for the next probably 20 or 30 yards and see how good my blood is. Here's my arrow here. And that's the tree that I shot him from. When I first got up there, I had to trim quite a few limbs, and I'm glad I did because I had to shoot that deer kind of a little further back on my left side than I was originally predicting, so I'm glad I cut that limb down. Here's the start of the blood. This ground's so wet, it has rained so much this week. I'm gonna give this deer a little more time. I'll probably take my stuff back to the Fuller and wait for Josh to get over. He's hunting not too far from here. So I think he's probably going to head over. I'll probably give this deer another 30 minutes or so. All right, so it's not really the blood I was hoping for. I'm shooting a pretty big 3-blade mechanical. I'm probably going to head back and watch this shot and see where I hit him. I felt pretty good on the shot. I didn't walk very far, probably 20 yards past where I shot him. So I'm gonna get my Fuller and load my stuff up and give this deer probably another hour. All right, so I've given this deer probably an hour and a half. I watched the footage and he ducked that arrow a lot. He got a lot lower than I originally thought, so I hit him a little high. He was quartered away and it looks like it hit his opposite leg, and I did get a good pass through, so I think with that high of a shot, I probably won't see as much blood as I'm expecting, but I'm still pretty confident I got lungs. Probably both lungs, so this deer hopefully didn't go very far. I'm gonna give it probably 100 yards on this blood trail and see what I got, and hopefully this deer's dead. I thought it was a lot better shot originally, so I'm gonna hopefully find him. Blood on this stuff. Oh, here he is, guys. Make sure he's dead. He probably went 100 yards. That shot is higher than I was thinking. Let's see. Get him out here. All right, so we found him. He probably went 100 yards after I shot him. The shot's pretty good. I think the angle that I had, the exit wound was a lot lower than I was originally thinking. And once we got back there a little ways, the blood started opening up, and we ended up finding him. I came into the spot today looking for a different deer. I was actually looking for an 8-point. And this deer came in. I've never seen this deer. And when he started to come in, I could tell that he was a mature buck. And he got me pretty excited, so I decided to take him. We were hunting a food plot, and as you can see in the video, the doe started acting real weird, and she ran over to this tree line and looked back behind me, and I wasn't expecting a buck to be back there because the highway's behind me. And I turned around, and I just so happened to see his horns glistening in the sun, and he came in after that doe and gave me a 22-yard shot. So pretty good start to the season.